Hey everybody, Josh the RV Nerd of Bish's RV, back again with another of my kind of top 5 nerd preferred models here. Today we're going to be looking at 5 of my personal picks for laminated bunkhouse trailers. Not necessarily like here's the best overall in the market, but like these are the things that with the way I camp, the way that I look at stuff, these are the models that I would look at putting myself, my wife, and my kid, and maybe a friend if we let her bring one, along for the journey. Now, if you've already seen these kind of flyby videos that I make, you already know what's coming, but for those who don't, to give you an idea, I'm going to leave you a bunch of links in the video description to check for pricing, availability on any of these, as well as full in-depth video tours on anything that we see today, because what we're going to see today are just a couple 2-minute flyby quick clips to give you a general idea of what they might have in store for you, in case you want to kind of dig a little bit deeper. Now, I want to mention a couple of these may have some kind of similar floor plans, because that's the thing, when you like something, you tend to keep liking it. Like, I like a bacon cheeseburger. Not only from just one place. I just like bacon cheeseburgers, in case you hadn't noticed my chicken nugget dad bod. But anyway, more to the point here. Kicking us off is the Surveyor 260 BHLE. What I like about it sneaks in under 30 feet with a private bedroom and double over double bunks, all of which I kind of like. But Surveyor's really cool in that they're a little bit taller inside, which I love in the shower. But this floor plan, they build their seating all the same size. So if you want a hide-a-bed, you want a theater seat, you want a dinette, you got it. And it's got a little elevated dining bar, which while that jelly's not everyone's jam, it's something that I personally like. Hello, welcome everybody. Josh the RV Nerd with Bish's RV here, getting some updated what's in store for 2024 footage on the 260BH Surveyor. And this is a floor plan that comes in just under 30 feet, like 7,800 pounds maximum. This is a fantastic half-ton towable family camper right here. I want to be careful not to say half-ton family camper, because that could mean something different, and I don't feel like getting canceled today, maybe tomorrow. It's similar to some other things that I've seen out there, but it's always a little bit different. Like, it gives us a private true queen bedroom with just fantastic storage all around the bed, including some awesome headboard power pockets. It's carpetless, it's ventless, so it's real easy to clean. Great if you got little kids that like to drop Skittles and stuff all over the place. I'd have been a Lego kid. I'd have definitely dropped some Legos down those. Wouldn't have been a problem in a camper like this one. Has a central vacuum even to make that cleanup even easier, and they give you 3 different seating swaptions. If you're kind of curious, check out my footage of this from 2023. I think I have footage of one of these with either a hide-a-bed or a theater seat in it. Today we're looking at one with a 2-bench dinette, so you can get it one of 3 different ways, and the 2 different sofas actually come with their own floating table. Plus it has that elevated countertop serving station, so you can have like seating for 6 in this thing with everybody all kind of eating and munching at the same time. Like maybe you need to pack a bunch of kids all around the dinette, and then you kind of sit up on the table and sort of keep like the bird's eye view of things. Whatever works for you. The bunk does the move bunk get out the way maneuver to create a cargo bunk situation. I think you could load a kayak up the back side of this thing, which is an awkward thing to think about when you say it and phrase it like that. They've dramatically improved their solar package. Better tires, better weather package, standard by default now as well. They've done a lot of things that you were looking for last year, all wrapped them up into this thing, and I'm really curious to know what do you think about it as we go. I'll try to show you what's awesome, maybe what isn't, and let you decide if it's the right one for you or not. Now, stepping up from there, actually a kind of similar floor plan that Ember kind of took their stab at in their new E-Series, the 22 ETS. Like, I was there day one with Ember, but they never really made an RV for me that like I would generally use right now the way that I tend to camp until that E-Series came out. And I like that 22 ETS. They managed to pack their cool missile bunk system with an extra tall ceiling in there, a true queen bed, and the footage you're going to see has a dinette in the slide. I would personally go with the theater seat because that also comes with a little method of dining, and you have like a little dining breakfast bar. It's kind of like everything that you saw in that Surveyor, just sort of cranked up a little bit of a notch. And the flexibility, that missile bunk system, when my kid grows up and it's just me and the wife, this is an RV that I could change into a couples model very, very easily, and I love that kind of future-proofing. So Ember just dropped a brand new series here, and it's really built for people like me. I've always really liked Ember RVs, but they never really made an RV for someone like me who wants some of those nicer things but still camps a little bit more casually. This is a really fun mix of fashion and function, all kind of mixed together. Stay tuned. I think you're gonna like what you see here. Welcome everybody to Bish's RV. My name is Josh the RV Nerd, and behind us is the all-new Ember E-Series. And this was always kind of part of the plan. You know, Ember came out with some crazy fun overland RVs originally, then some touring RVs, and their goal was to do these more exceptional things first, but eventually their goal was always also to move into something that was a little bit more of an everybody kind of class right here, you know? Because like I said, I've always really liked what Ember does, but really, they've never built an RV exactly kind of for me. Like, I'm a person that I work most of the time. I don't get a chance to camp a lot, and I want some of those nice features, but I don't necessarily, like, I don't need this crazy off-road suspension. I park camp. I don't need insane solar packages. So they kind of built something around that concept, and they could have built the same boring floor plans that everybody else did, but they took all these, like, very popular mainstream camping concepts, and they still found a way to twist them around. Like, you might notice this still has their MSL bunk system where it can be 2 single bunks. It could be 2 double bunks. It could be a desk. It could be cargo. This doesn't have to be a bunkhouse. This could be a couple's model. That's what's really cool about it. It can really flex function in a number of different ways. You still have their composite wall structure. The roof is just like the touring edition on this. The underbelly's still enclosed. Still has 12-volt holding tank heaters. Like, those big Ember features that you've kind of come to expect from them, they are here. Now, what they did here is, because this is made probably for someone who's going to go mostly in, parks and mostly go down normal highways, it just doesn't have the insano suspension system and stuff like that. It doesn't have the European windows. Things like that, you remove those, and you can peel a ton of money out of an RV and still have something here that is, I think, generally speaking, going to be very half-ton towable, very functional, very fun. We still have true queen beds. We have smart outlet placement or taller ceilings. I am jazzed about all the stuff that they have packed into this, but bringing it down a significant chunk on the price point to be far more accessible for people like me that still mostly work for a living. Next up, number 3 on our list here is a Jayco 27 BHB. Yeah, you know me. If you remember several seasons ago, my personal favorite pick for a laminated bunkhouse was a Keystone Cougar 29 BHS. Apparently not enough people agreed with me because that model was retired, which the only reason any manufacturer ever retires something is because it just wasn't selling enough for them. So I guess I was the weird one. It's kind of like when you finally find a salad dressing you like at the grocery store. They're going to quit carrying it. That happens every time. I know that doesn't happen to just me. Anyway, this year, the one jumped back up on the list. This floor plan is basically the same layout as that Cougar 29 BHS, but they finally bumped it up to have a true queen bed, along with a bunch of other really nice updates they've made the last couple of years. I personally feel like Jayco is a pound for pound one of the stronger offerings on the market today. Camping hack alert! If you want to get rid of the neighbor off the patio side of your RV and have more space for your kids to run around, the day before, just leave the bathroom door all the way open every time you use it. Trust me. But enough about my life. Hey everybody, Josh the RV Nerd here, way after hours hanging out with basically security and cleaning staff at this Jayco display, getting a look at all the things that are in store for 24, taking an updated look at the very popular 27 BHB, yeah, you know me, Jayco right here. This is a model, I really like this layout, and the reason being, it works very well for like my family today. But as my kid grows up and maybe moves on and doesn't camp with old mom and dad anymore, I don't know that I need to replace this thing. It's kind of at the upper end of what some people kind of call half-ton towable, and it may depend on the truck and the terrain in question, but it's something that's not too big, it's not too heavy. I love direct entry bathroom doors, and they've become about as rare as hen's teeth, and this year, someone's using their dipstick, Jimmy, because they have full viewing windows in the doors, but most companies fail to put a privacy shade in the bathroom window. Jayco doesn't have that downfall right here. So you can deadbolt it for privacy, or you can open the deadbolt and, I don't know, do your business with friends outside and carry on a conversation, not sure. They've tweaked around the little camp kitchen from last year and a full facelift both inside and out. I think this is one of the best looking generations of Jayco they've had yet, but that's personal and subjective. You might disagree. This is a floor plan some other brands used to make and kind of don't. And Jayco has hung on and remained very popular with it, which I'm glad. It gives you awesome direct facing entertainment, really good storage. It does have a fold up, move up kind of cargo bunk kind of thing, but it doesn't have a rear wall access door because that's where some plumbing runs through, so they were not able to put a rear door in this one. That would just really take this over the top and keep it 100 for me. That's one of the only things I kind of wish this would change. It also has a camp queen bed, but pointing out things like that, where this RV shines and where it doesn't, is what I'm going to do in this video for you today, so you can know if this is the right one for you or not. And if you like that approach, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and let's see what's in store for 24. But you might have noticed most of these units have slide outs. The thing is, that's not necessarily a hard requirement for the things that I'm looking for. Actually, I've spent most of my adult life camping in one of those generic 26-foot no-slide bunk models because there's just 3 of us and we spend most of our time outside. The thing is, those are kind of hard to find in the world of laminated RVs. Those almost tend to be stick-built, but Grand Design Imagine has a really, really good one that I have to show you here. You know, I think this trailer is unique within the Imagine RV lineup in that it's simple and easy towing with tandem axles and it's lightweight, but it also is simple and easy camping with no slides and less worries. Hey everybody, Josh the RV Nerd of Bish's RV down here at Grand Design once again. Getting some footage of a model I don't think I've had on the channel before, the 21 BHE. It's kind of similar to a few other layouts I've seen out there where it's a rear corner double over double bunk, campsite dinette, front Murphy bed, but no slide, kind of easy breezy, beautiful camping girl. What's nice about something like this, again, the simplicity, the ease, the little more peace of mind of having no slide. There are what I call slide skeptics, but I don't mean that in a derogatory fashion. There's some folks who are just like, listen, I've either had bad experiences with or I've heard bad things about slide outs. I don't want one. Well, sometimes it can be hard to find something like that, and this is a nice example of one without. It's one of the, I think, the only tandem axle member of the Imagine family with no slide, so there's something to be said for that there. It's a very proven, very time-tested layout, and I think that they have a very nice execution of theirs. Like, they maintain their really good extended season weather package on this. They still have up top 165-watt roof solar package, which will be a very good battery tender. It's a very glorified battery tender. Not going to be the be-all, end-all boondock warrior, but not every RV is kind of built for that purpose, you know. They have added some inverter prep, and actually something I think is kind of cool is these now have anti-lock brake systems on them, an ABS system, factory standard, now on every Grand Design tandem axle Imagine trailer. Previously, that was found only in Reflection, Momentum, things like that, Solitude, you know. So that is a huge towing safety feature where, God forbid, you have to stab the brakes in a panic brake scenario. You will maintain vastly better control of your RV with that ABS system, and I've personally test-driven one. They work, and they work very well. We are very pet-friendly, very kid-friendly, with an easy, clean floor and a bunch of other really good features. It's also got a couple things that you might not like, and I'm going to try to do my best to show you both sides of that equation, and then you decide if it's the right one for you or not. And if you appreciate that fair approach, hit that subscribe button, and let's get started. And continuing on here, the Apex series makes this model called a 208 BHS that is so flippin' good. It has its own, like, dedicated fan clubs. It's like a cult classic horror film. There's just this group of people who are like, that thing is amazing. And I'm kind of one of them. And it's not because it's necessarily super flashy, super fancy, over the top, but for the kind of camping I do, just simple, casual camping every now and then, getting out there and, you know, having enough room to sit inside on a rainy day, giving me the option of a True Queen bed or giving you the option of a Murphy bed, whatever works. You know, it's not that it checks every box I would ever like, but it's smaller, it's lighter, it's still tandem axle, it's not terrible to tow, it's not scary to park. It brings some really big feature and value to a fairly small package. What if somebody actually made a Murphy bed that didn't block a front windshield? Hey everybody, Josh the RV Nerd here with Bish's RV, taking a look at like a cult following kind of floor plan. This is the 208 BHS Apex, and this thing manages in a narrow body to accomplish things a lot of 8-foot wide standard body campers just don't do. It gives us a 60 by 80 True Queen bed, and you can choose either Murphy or non-Murphy version, but the way that they do it by like half folding up into something of like a day bed behind a potential jackknife sofa doesn't block the windshield. Have you ever seen, how many RVs have these Murphy beds that block the windshield? So it basically, it's eye candy from the outside, but it's a nearly completely non-functional item. You don't run into that here. Now this is an all aluminum skeleton. You have laminated roof, floors, walls. It's also a double Asdel product where they're using the Asdel on the inside and outside layers of the walls. But you might have noticed there's like a giant hole in the roof, and by that I mean the big Stargazer skylight that you can option into these. You're not forced into that. You can option into that. By default, it actually doesn't have that, in case you're a little spooked by it or just don't like it. I don't know. Maybe you don't want the squirrels peeking at you at night if you're hugging. I'm not sure. This has a little miniature camp kitchen, a full-up cargo bunk. It doesn't have a rear outside access door. I wish it did. But information like that, telling you here's what it does have, here's what it doesn't have, that's the kind of stuff we're going to be doing for you in this video to help you make the best and most educated decision possible. For the 23 season, they have significantly improved their solar package. That is one major thing I'm really happy to see. They now have a 30 amp charge controller instead of a 10 that was basically maxed out, and instead of a 100 watt panel, they have 200. And with that 30 amp controller, they could add some more if you were so inclined. So they've done some good bulking up there. And for a trailer this size, it's narrow, it's light, it's tandem axle, and we're looking at it in the like off-road version as they call it. I call it off pavement. But we're getting to see almost like every option possible on one of these today. Let me know what you think of this one as we go. Where did they nail it and where did they fail it? But I had a kind of surprise entry for my personal pick for #1 this year. And it's probably way more RV than I would ever need. But Rockwood, or Flagstaff, same thing, Rockstaff, came out with this crazy thing this last year called a 2516 BHS, or whatever the Flagstaff nomenclature is for that. I don't remember offhand. That if you could somehow Franken-camper the crap out of everything else that we've looked at today and smash this thing together, and then add some weird stuff on top of that, that's what this one would be. And I think that I'm always attracted to the weird RVs because I see the same things all day, every day. So when I see one that actually has any level of originality, it really sticks out to me. And I'm not gonna lie, it's just this weird personal, it's my toxic personality trait. I like my stuff to be different, you know what I mean? It's just how I am. Now, and it's not that this RV it's not going to check every box for every person. Like, it does not have the most amazing kitchen. But we don't do a ton of cooking in the camper. And what this one does do, I really, really like. And I think you should check this out. This is brilliant, and I don't know that I've ever seen anything else quite like it. Hello everybody, Josh the RV Nerd with Bish's RV here with a floor plan that just flat shocks me, especially from who it came from. Rockwood is an old dog who is apparently learning new tricks. This is one of the most crafty, creative floor plans I've ever seen, and here's the kicker. It is a triple slide camper under 30 feet. That is shockingly uncommon out there. But the brilliant part about this one's layout, this is an amazing couples camper because it has a sofa and a dinette and some really good kitchen prep space, direct facing entertainment center, private bedroom. But it's also a really good family camper with a private bunk room and private bedroom, obviously, again, for mom and dad. But being a Rockwood, or the Flagstaff equivalent, because they're exactly the same thing, you've got things like a big power awning, Goodyear tires, a better suspension for road use, tire pressure monitoring, tank heaters, enclosed belly, double composite walls, meaning composites on both sides of the sidewalls, 6-sided aluminum cage construction, factory standard 200 watts of solar that you can expand on, and a new 1800 watt inverter, again standard on these things. They are cranking out some of the craziest, most crafty, creative things I've ever seen, and frankly, I love this, because if you've got a family now, but the kids are gonna grow up and move out of the house, you don't have to go get a new camper. This could be your second camper the first time because it can grow and change with you. It would not take a whole lot to convert that rear room into an office. I could absolutely see that happening. And I'm sorry, I'm like borderline shouting because I haven't seen crazy fun original stuff like this in so long. This is neat, original, so cool and fun, right? So there you go. Hope you enjoyed a little bit, everybody, today. As always, I always like to know kind of which one was your personal pick, either from the list that we've seen or like what things work for you. Because you might have noticed the stuff that I look for tends to be fairly small, generally speaking, half-ton towable, give or take a little bit. I don't tend to look for any kind of monster machine because we had one kid. We were one and done. I personally don't need a big, mega private bunkhouse or anything like that. And when we're camping, I kind of look at it almost like a hotel room. I don't mind if we're all in the same room. I don't mind open corner bunks, but some folks like, no, absolutely. I need to be able to like, kids, go to your room. And I call that mom and dad's sanity space. I get that. I respect that. That's why I try to cover so many different things on the channel all the time. And if you appreciate how we get out here, freeze my little skinny fingers off getting you this footage, hit that subscribe button, like our video, and let me know what other kind of compilation lists you'd like to see, and I'll do my best to put them together. So until next time, take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.